Hey everybody, Canadian Trapper. Well, I just had the experience of a lifetime. I just came back from the North Bay Fur Harvesters Convention in North Bay, Ontario. I got to do the mountain one this year, and that one was so good I decided to go to this one out in North Bay. Anybody that hasn't been there, that is a trapper, I highly suggest you go. The reason I found it made it so much different is we had a convention right in the middle where all the action takes place. We're there at the auction house. We had the coolers there full of fur. We got a great tour. We walked in the door, me and my buddy Dave Richard, who's another fellow trapper from New Brunswick here. This gentleman came up, Cliff Crothers. He took us right underneath his wing. I think he knew we were first timers. He showed us around all the coolers. What a nice guy. I mean, I felt like we knew him forever actually. And I invited him to come down and do some salmon fishing, so I hope he takes me up in the offer. Also made some new friends, Ed Rumack, Sabbath Forever on YouTube. He's going to get some videos up, he said, now with his trapping experiences. He traps canines and things like that, and he seems to be pretty good at it. He showed me some pictures he had. We also met Barry Bowers. He had a bunch of antique traps. That's pretty cool. I got some good footage of that, and he explains one of them, so it's quite interesting. Also met Paul Nichols from, see if I can get this right, Pusabni Traders on YouTube. What an awesome guy. It was really nice to talk to him. I've checked out some of his videos and I've subscribed to his channel as well. And of course, Dave Vandermeer, Trapper Joe, Kirk McCudgeon, all those guys. Finally got to meet them. What a great bunch of fellas. And so I'm going to try to put this video together. It's probably going to take 2 parts to do it. So I am doing it in day 1 and day 2. Everybody makes you feel very comfortable. Everybody's talking the same talk again. So it was just a great time. So I hope you enjoy this video.
I've got this. This is what I got to get made up somehow.
That's exactly like.
So this is a skinning machine, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
It pulls the animal up.
Yeah,
the
you
first
can
stays here,
clamp in
and
here,
they clamp in here.
Right.
and you get it all broke away and clamp the flanks in there, and then you just, and this will pull it right off.
These are just getting started here. It's the first morning, 9 o'clock. We got some different booths set up here in the back. It's a pretty nice one. This is from Timmys Fur Council. It's pretty cool. They got all the different traps showing and the different furs below the trap. Beautiful looking furs. A little bit of everything. Over in the back here, all kinds of gear. How you doing today? Good, thanks. Thunder Bay?
Pattern from the beaver center.
It is the actual pattern. The trapping pattern.
It's all stuff made out of steel. They use plasma arc to cut this.
I sold
The booth set up. Fur hats for sale, fur products. And we got another place. You got some nice displays up here, some great looking taxidermy. Couple of fisher, some muskrat, got a mink, deer, marten, got the otter here. A couple nice hooped beaver skins. Looks really good.
A friend of mine knew I was looking for one, so he bought that at a yard sale. But see what happened to them. A lot of the old guys would take one spring off and they'd use it on a dam set for beaver.
Bears, seals.
This is the actual warehouse?
Well, this is one of the coolers. And
Change from
Oh,
your
thanks.
I figured you fellas might like to have a peek in
Oh
here.
my god, this is crazy. Those are all fisher. Foxes up top. Wolves down there. Over here. There's some coyotes. Just a little perspective on this guy on the end here. He's huge. So I just decided to take a walk back here, and I found a real big bin of wolverine. I've never touched a real wolverine before. I believe this is all marten along in through here. And above us is all the lynx cat. Every one of these bags here are full of beavers.
Of course, they're just nuisance ones, eh? Because they get one coming into a village and they got to get rid of it. So.
Right. We'll touch it here.
They're pretty freaking.
These are seal skins. Wow. It's a different kind of fur, eh?
Yeah, I didn't know. It's short, didn't it?
Yeah. It is, yeah. Neat. Kind of fuzzy. So those are all wolves right there? That's a wolf?
Yep.
So we got another polar bear here. This is not doing it justice whatsoever for size, but yes, that is one pelt. There's the skin there. Here's the head. Here's my hand between the ears, just to give you a little perspective on size.
You see here, just the very edge is done so that I don't have to, and then just peel all that, or push all that fur back a ways. So you just get down to the skin. See, it goes really quick. We're getting close to the lid. You know.
Hydrographics. It's basically like a wallpaper you put in the water and you put an activator, you spray an activator on it and then it liquefies it. You got about 30 seconds to dip it. This is an old 30-year-old wood stock that we did, and that was a brand new synthetic stock that we did. So a lot of versatility.
I just think it's a very different way to display your game.
So you do your own editing too?
Yeah. What's that for? What's this? What?
A big Kodiak.
Kodiaks?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. How would you set something like that?
I don't know, we had a C-clamp going like that.
Oh yeah? Checking out some antique traps. There's a monster back there. That's a really big trap. There's Bowers. So I was kind of looking at this one here, Barry. I know we talked a little bit yesterday. Maybe you want to tell me a little bit about this trap. I kind of found the story interesting about the muskrat. So if you want to explain it, and we can show what kind of mechanism it is anyway.
Back in mid-1920s, 1930s, they actually developed this trap for relocating muskrat from one area to another. They found that there was value in the pelts, and that was a depressionary time, so they found it a good way of creating income at that when there was no money to be made. The trap works on a principle of it's basically a trap inside a trap. There's two power springs, one for the jump part of it, and the other for the housing part. So what happens is when this trap's set like that, this is supposed to be underneath there. The muskrat comes in like the traditional trap, gets caught, held. This is released. This comes over. When this comes over the muskrat, it strikes this bar. That bar now releases the tension on the inner spring. The muskrat's housed, and then he's lifted up out of the water 4 inches.
That's awesome, eh?
It's quite a development for that age.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, and I mean to mechically build something like that with, in those days, that's quite a feat if you think of it.
Yeah.
And you were saying they relocated the muskrats. That's why it was such importance to keep them alive.
Yeah, they wanted to keep them alive and establish populations in marshes where there was none, and so I mean, muskrats reproduce at a very fast rate, so they could reap their benefits fairly quickly by moving them. So the trap was made by Gibbs, and it's called basically the name on it's a live muskrat trap, but in the trap collecting world, a lot of people call it the armadillo.
The armadillo. Well, we can see why. It's kind of looks like one, eh?
Yeah.
Well, Barry, thanks a lot for your time.
No problem.